It is said that all endings are merely beginnings waiting to be born. My beginning was much the same. Once I was a towering giant, ruler of my own universe. Fearless, beholden to none. Protector of my people. Until I was betrayed. All that I had been, all that I had known was stolen from me by an ever-present evil. My power stripped away. My people enslaved. I was left powerless to save them. And yet, a part of me survived. My spirit. Captured and preserved inside a mask worn by a Toa warrior. Its name echoed my rebirth. The Mask of Life.
He is Barracks, a Nagori villager in the settlement of Tejun. Barracks is a collector, scouring the desert and its ruins for treasures. Scrap metal, old armor, and weapons. Or whatever he may come across. There's only one problem with being a collector on Bara Magna. Sometimes you find things you don't want. And sometimes they find you.
Hunt's over. You lose. Ah! You must be tired of living, Platorian.
No, just tired of bone hunters like you. Leave the Agori alone and move along.
One lone fighter still with sand in his ears, challenging a bone hunter. Did the suns get you, or are you just stupid?
Not sunstruck, not stupid. I'm just a traveler. One thing, though, I never travel alone.
Minutes later.
How? I said block him, not get trampled by his mount.
He'll be back, with friends. We should keep moving.
Thanks for the rescue, but I don't have anything to pay you with.
Don't worry. We did this one for fun.
Speak for yourself. I don't fight for free.
Platorian fight for villages that hire us. They don't have to fight each other. But we don't charge to save a life.
What are you doing so far from Tejun?
Collecting bits of old armor. I need better armor if I'm gonna fight in the arena someday.
You need more than that, sand flea. You need... Hold on. Company!
They're called Voroks. More than 100,000 years ago, they were a race of proud warriors. Now they're primitive near beasts who stalk the wastelands of Bara Magna. Fast, dangerous, and they don't take prisoners.
Hungry or just angry, you think?
Probably both.
Since then, you Voroks need a reason.
Good point.
What's that?
Hey, they're leaving? Just when I was starting to enjoy this.
It was that Glatorian over there. I think he signaled them. Who is that?
That's Malum. Exiled from Vulcanus for crimes in the arena. Looks like he's made new friends.
Not our problem. We're doing Vulcanus, remember?
This is the Glatorian's destination, a fiery village deep in the desert of Bara Magna. Vrahno, elder of the village of Vulcanus, is in the middle of a less than friendly chat with Metis, recruiter / trainer of Glatorian.
But we need another fighter now that Malum's gone. The Skrull are claiming the Flame Geysers to the north, and we must meet their challenge.
Good Glatorian don't spring from the sand. And besides, no one wants to work for you right now. Not if it means fighting him.
Move.
Find someplace else to watch from. This spot's mine.
I said move.
Move, right, sure, yes, moving now.
You're fighting a Skrull?
There's an oasis. The people of Tassara say it belongs to them, the Skrull say it's theirs. This fight decides who gets it.
You honor our arena with your combat. May your swords and shields preserve the peace.
Fall! You will fall!
Not today!
Surrender and I will let you live.
If I surrender, I have nothing to live for. But if you want to give up,
Skrull never concede.
You have to admit, for a jungle type, he's got guts.
Right. And I think we may be seeing them soon. Now, start again.
not good. You Skrull have been challenging for everything of any worth for months now. You'd leave the other villages with nothing.
We fight, we win, we take. We are Skrull. The match is over. Now, meet the fate of the defeated. What?
You said it! The match is over. Now get out of Vulcanus, or fight us all.
I have what I came for. But there will be another day.
Nice. You lasted almost 3 minutes. That's a new record.
I lost. And Tassara needed that water. Did the Skrull cheat?
That's the scary part. He didn't.
Later.
Why are we here? Skrull do not hide in the shadows.
Tell Tuma a trade caravan leaves from Tejun in a week's time. If the Bone Hunters raid it, Tejun goes hungry this season.
Bone Hunters? What does anyone care what those Sandspawn do?
Let me explain. If Tejun has no food, they will have to challenge others for it. And if they lose, which they will be easy prey for your people. Our people.
You are not one of us. Do not pretend you are.
Relay the message. Go, before we are seen together.
Berix, what are you doing out here?
Just walking, wishing, and wondering what the future will bring.
The ancient city of Roxtus, now home to the Skrull.
And that is what I was told. What are your orders, Great Tuma?
You will speak of this in front of one of our captured Agori villagers. Then accidentally let him escape. As soon as he reaches open desert, he will be captured by the Bone Hunters. He will tell them all he knows about the caravan, while he can. Then the Bone Hunters will act on what they know, and win our battle for us. But the time is coming, warrior, when we will not need to act through others. Soon, we Skrull will shed our skins like the sand dragons and be revealed for what we are. Conquerors, rulers. We will attack, we will win, and Bara Magna will be ours.
The harsh desert world of Bara Magna. In scattered villages, Agori deal with the daily struggle to survive. When villages have a dispute, they settle it with battles between Glatorian fighters in the arenas. Once a year, Glatorian from all around Bara Magna gather together to battle for the right to be called champion. They come here, Arena Magna in the city of Atero, to compete, to talk, to share news and new battle tactics. But this year, some who come won't ever leave again. A practice match before the tournament begins.
I shouldn't be here.
Ha! Then I'll beat you quick tomorrow, and you can go home.
You know what I mean. A trade caravan to my village, Tejun, was wiped out by bone hunters. I should be with my people.
One good blow, and I'll knock you back there.
I'm serious.
Hey!
Now, who is going to beat who quick?
What does it matter? As soon as the Skrulls show up, they'll stomp all of us, just like they did last year. No one can beat them in the arena.
Maybe not. I haven't seen one here yet. A better question is, where's Gresh? I haven't seen him since we got here. Here, it helps if you hang on to this.
I'll remember. In fact, I'll remember a lot of things.
Do you always practice your battle moves alone?
I'm not alone. You're here. I'm not a veteran like Strack or Terex. They have one set of moves they let other Glatorians see in practice, and another they use in the arena. I need to keep mine secret. Anyway, why let them know what's coming?
Because what's coming could mean the death of them all.
Who's there?
Am I forgotten already then? Perhaps I lost track of how long I have been in exile.
Malum. Tarda, get back inside the city.
But...
I said inside. Now.
What are you so afraid of, Gresh? My friends? They won't hurt anyone. Unless I ask them to. And I am not here to cause harm, but to help you.
I've heard about your kind of help.
There's a storm coming, Glatorian. Not a windstorm or a sandstorm. Something you can hide from until it has passed. This storm will swallow you whole. You and all your friends, your villages, your people.
And are you gonna help us weather this storm? Or are you just here to talk?
They said I wasn't good enough to fight with the likes of you. They said I was a killer, remember? But I will tell you this. This storm has a name. You and yours will be screaming it before too long. If you don't flee now, run, Gresh. Run fast and hard and hope they don't find you.
Sorry to disappoint you, Malum, but I'm a Glatorian. And Glatorian don't run.
Morning in Atero, and the competition begins.
Told you I'd remember.
I don't need 2 swords to beat you, Strack.
Right, you still have one. Then let's try for none.
Please, I was dodging Thornax when you were still swatting at snowflakes.
Among the Agori watching the action, Vrahno, leader of Volcanus, Barracks, scavenger from Tejun, and Metis, Glatorian trainer from Iconox.
Strack doesn't stand a chance. I saw Terex beat Malum once with that move.
If the Skrull don't show up, Terex might even win the tournament. I wonder where they are.
Not like them to miss a chance to humiliate everyone else.
Did you hear what Gresh was saying this morning? Can't believe Malum had the nerve to show up here.
I heard. Malum is just crazy. I mean, isn't he?
Sure, but what if that storm he talked about is why the Skrull aren't here? What if something got them?
Maybe. Maybe we should go out and check. You know, just to look around. Maybe the Skrull are on their way. They're just a little late.
Good idea, Barracks. I'm sure there's some simple explanation for their absence. Not that I missed them at all.
Look out there! What a sandstorm. If that hits the arena now...
Oh my. That's not a sandstorm. It's the Skrull! An army of them!
Faced with a horde of Skrull on the march, most Agori would freeze in panic, but Vrahno is a leader and knows what he must do.
The Skrull! The Skrull are attacking! Get everyone to safety!
Terex is a leader too. He doesn't waste time worrying why the Skrull have suddenly decided to attack. He acts.
Gresh! Strack! Everyone! We have to hold them off so the Agori can escape!
Is he crazy? They're Skrull! None of us have been able to beat one, let alone hundreds.
And we'll die trying, I guess.
Sorry for asking. I forgot. You're crazy too.
The time for talk has passed, and the time for battle has arrived. Have you ever tried to stand your ground against a hurricane? Then you know how the Glatorian in Atero feel today. For every Skrull warrior they stop, half a dozen more take his place. Risking his own life, Vrahno helps the people of his and other villages to escape.
Go! Hide in the canyons!
His good deed may be his last.
Good thing I got this prepared before I left Volcanus, huh? Why? Why are you doing this?
We are the most powerful. Why would we fight in the arena for what we want when we can just step on you all like insects?
Because we insects have a sting!
Give up, Glatorian. You can't win.
Gresh would answer, but as he scans the arena, he sees the Skrull might be right.
Strack! Look out!
That does it! Stay if you want to, but Atero is finished!
Good. I'll get Vrahno and the others out. We'll meet in the canyon. It's over.
They run, knowing that much more than Atero's arena Magna has been destroyed today, and worse is sure to come.
How many did we lose?
At least half a dozen Glatorian. Maybe more. Agori are still scattered in the desert, trying to make their way back home, so who knows?
The Skrull attacked without cause. Killed without reason.
They had a reason. Because they could. And Atero is probably just the start.
An army of them, against a handful of villagers that can't stop squabbling long enough to agree on which owns an oasis or a pile of rusted equipment.
Terex, do you think we can stop them?
No, Gresh. I don't think we can. I only know we have to. But we sure could use some help. The kind of help that carries a sword.
Out of the way, or I'll run you down!
In that piece of junk? They'll laugh you out of the arena, Cretesius.
We'll see who's laughing when they have to scrape you two up off the sand.
That turn, Cretesius, or you're gonna have to patch the Kendocs up. Again.
U-turn. The best way to train for the arena is to practice winning.
And you need the practice, friend.
Here, practice recovering from this one.
If you insist.
Yeah!
So, wanna try again? Atero may be wrecked, but I'm betting we're gonna be needed in the matches soon anyway.
More likely defense, if the Skrull go after our villages next. What are they waiting for? They destroy Atero and then nothing.
They got Atero because it was undefended. They don't have the guts to hit a village where there are Glatorian and Agori waiting. Trust me, we've seen the last of the Skrull.
His name is Gelu. He used to be a Glatorian for the ice village of Equinox. Then the Skrull attacked the city of Atero. That was when Gelu decided he was ready for a new career. So he quit the arena and hired himself out as an armed guard for the caravans crossing the Bara Magna desert. On most days it was good pay for pretty easy work. This is not one of those days.
Well, I thought this was going to be an easy job. Small caravan, short route, far from Warrock's nests. A cinch. I should have remembered. This is Bara Magna. There are no easy jobs here. Okay, If I can make it to those rocks up there, I can hold them off for a while. It's not far, right? A few hundred feet. Only seems like a million miles. Go! Go!
Drag him out of there. Piece by piece, if you have to.
Now that's a truly disgusting suggestion. I just wish I knew how to stop them. But that might take a miracle. And what is
that? It's falling to the east.
Is it a weapon?
Now, while this crowd are distracted, time to move. Not sure what made that light in the sky, but it just became my favorite thing in the world. Ever.
Roxtus, City of the Skrull. For months now, the Skrull have been capturing Voroks and training them to be guard animals. The training has been brutal, and not all the Voroks have survived. Voroks are desert dwellers. They are used to open sand and endless sky, and they hate to be chained. Some hate it more than others. Even among the Skrull, a maddened Voroks can be a menace. At least, sometimes.
What have we here? On your leash, you're a piece of Skrull property. Off it, you're just one more miserable beast to be put down.
Stronius! Do you have nothing better to do than torment the livestock?
Would you rather I let it run loose? You know the damage these filthy animals can do.
This is what we have warriors for. To clean up the mess. Put it down. Now.
I must have some amusement. It has been weeks since Atero, and the army is chained to this place just as much as those Voroks are. When do we attack?
So impatient. The Glatorian and Agori cannot eat or sleep, as they wait in fear for our next strike. Where will it come? When? These questions torture them. Let them sweat a while longer.
They live in a desert. They are experts at sweating already. Meanwhile, our legions lose their edge, like blades too long unused.
Do you question my... What is that?
Some Glatorian trick? An attack on us?
Not unless they can now travel to the heavens. No, this is no doing of theirs. But double the patrols anyway.
Ah, I see it now. Only a shooting star. Nothing to worry about. After all, how important can it be?
The outskirts of the village of Tessara.
I'm telling you, it's true. I saw it.
Come on, Tarduk. We've all heard tales of strange things up north. Why should we believe yours?
Because I was there along with some other Agori.
I know you aren't one to make things up, Tarduk, but shape-shifting monsters? An entire valley that's a maze? Anyway, we have too much to worry about here these days to go running off searching for myths.
Vastus is right. There are bone hunters all over the last few weeks. We need to get new walls built.
Right. Like, that will stop the Skrull when they come.
Well, all we can do for now is keep our eyes open.
Ah! That was incredible! How'd you know the bone hunter was there?
Well, if I was a bone hunter, that's where I would have been.
Hey, this is a Skrull shield. What would a bone hunter be doing carrying this?
I don't know. Maybe he scavenged it or stole it.
Or maybe a Skrull gave it to him.
I think the giant maze story made more sense than that, Tarduk. You can't really... What?
Looks like bone hunters aren't the only thing falling today.
Volcanus.
I'm faster than you remember, Dakar. Stronger, too. It's all that practice with Tarex.
Maybe. Or maybe I'm slower than you remember.
Not giving up, are you, old friend?
No, just taking a rest. You look like you could use one too.
Hey! Ouch! Next time, I won't go so easy on you.
Easy isn't in your vocabulary and you know it. Overconfidence is.
It's only overconfidence if you can't back it up. And you know I can.
If you two are quite finished, Akka, You have a match with Strack later. You're going to need to be sharper than that if you are going to win.
Hey, Sandmite. This Glatorian just saved your village from bone hunters a few days ago. Show a little respect.
Kina, it's alright. Calm down. Vrahno has a point. Strack is quick and he fights dirty. I'll need to be... Kina, look at that!
Wow. What do you think it is? Maybe a flying ship? Something I could use to get off this sand pile? More likely a dead star plunging to a last resting place in the desert.
Yeah, I guess that's what Bara Magna is good for. A place to die.
It's not death, but life on the minds of Scarabax beetles in the eastern desert. As they do on any normal night, they are out searching the sand for food. But this is not a normal night. The object falling from the sky was known on another world as the Mask of Life, an ancient object of great power. Its journey to Bara Magna has been a long one, and it has just come to an end. How the mask survived is a mystery, and not one the beetles, now scattered and hiding in fear, care to solve. At least, not until one brave insect dares to come close and inspect this new arrival, and gets more than he bargained for. Ablaze with the energies of the Mask of Life, the sands of Bara Magna begin to transform, and when the storm is through, a hero stands reborn.
My name is Nui. A few moments ago, the Mask of Life, which contains my spirit, crashed on this strange world. Its power created a new body for me, one I must learn to use if I am to survive here. But the first thing I encounter does not seem to be a threat. Well, little one, have you come to welcome me to your world? I have a feeling you are trying to tell me something. Ah, it's the mask you're interested in, isn't it? What? Magnificent! With no weapon, a shield might be just what I... Alright. I can lie here and see just how tough my new shield is. Or I can move! I know enough to know to back away from the slash of a stinger, but not how to make this new body move the way I need it to. Whoa! Saved by accident. The rock took the blow meant for me, and broke the beast's stinger. It flees into the desert, howling in pain as my shield transforms again. Another reminder that I am a long way from home, and a long way from being what I once was. I hear the vehicle coming before I see it. When I do, I find a being as startled to see me as I am him.
State your business, stranger.
Just a traveler, looking for the nearest city.
Might as well start digging then. You're bound to find the ruins of one or another. Heh, that's a joke. Guess you're not much of a laugher, huh? Well, nearest village is Vulcanus. I'm headed that way myself, if you want a ride. Unless you'd rather wind up running into a pack of bone hunters and Skrull.
What are bone hunters and Skrull?
No one you'd want to meet.
We arrive in the village just in time, according to my driver, Metis, to see something disturbing. Two warriors battling in an arena, while villagers look on cheering. Metis explains that this is how disputes are settled here, between fighters called Glatorian, rather than in wars. This system may be easier on the villages, but it seems pretty hard on the Glatorian.
Concede, Strack. Yield, and this goes no further.
Alright, Akar. You've in.
Something in the Fallen One's tone does not sound right to me. And sure enough, as his opponent turns away, he reaches for his weapon, and hurls it in an attack as devastating as it is treacherous. The one called Akar is down, and now Strack stands ready to deliver a final blow.
You're finished, old... What?
What not if I have anything to say about it? This Strack is faster than I and recovers quickly.
I'll cut you down for that outsider!
Worse, he has the power to do what he threatens.
Stay down, stranger, and I'll make it quick, if not painless.
Strack, no! Your fight is with me!
You're next, Akar! But this one asked for it, and he's going to get it!
I managed to block his blow with the Stinger tail. But how long can it last against cold iron? Not long, it seems, as Strack's power forces it toward... my mask?
Hey!
Yes, my mask indeed. Now, let's try this again.
Aha!
Concede.
Fine.
For all to hear!
I concede!
The crowd of villagers cheers, but I barely hear it. I did not come here to be a hero, but to simply find the fastest way back home. What will happen to Strack now?
For attacking after he surrendered? Banishment. He'll be living in the wastelands before the week is out. I'm in your debt, stranger. Come, we'll talk about you and that trick with the sword.
A car takes me back to his shelter. He has another match in Dasara, he says, but he does not seem happy about it. Why do you battle in the arena if you are tired of it?
Duty, pride, but a Glatorian past his prime is no good to anyone.
To be defeated without a fight would be dishonor. I don't think you would allow that. You are a true Toa.
A Toa? What's a Toa?
Where I come from, it is a name given to a select few warriors, worthy of...
Mata Nui, you were brilliant! Volcanus will pay anything you ask. And if you don't like this village, no problem. I'll get the others to bid on you.
That is very kind, but the answer is no.
What? Are you crazy? Think what you're giving up. The life of a prime Glatorian. All right, but one day you'll come back to me, begging for this chance.
What was that again?
Kidding, kidding. Some people have no sense of humor at all.
So, what are your plans?
I start searching for a way back to my homeland.
Which is where exactly?
My home is far from here, on another world entirely. I was its protector until I lost everything. Now a dark power has enslaved my people. That is why I have to go home.
I knew it! Proof! Proof of what I've been saying for years!
Whoever this person is, Akar seems to know her.
Kina! This isn't the time or the place.
Name's Kina. I'm a Glatorian, one of the best. And you just won me a lot of bets.
It's okay. Although I don't always agree with her methods, like lurking in the shadows. Kina ranks. I trust her with my life, and have more than once.
So is what they're saying about you true? Swords and shields that just appear from nowhere, that sort of thing?
Seeing no point in lying to her, I nod. This only seems to make her more excited.
A real otherworlder. Finally, someone to convince the Agori there's a better place in this miserable wasteland.
Kina says she may know of a way I can find my way home. She has found a cave near her village, filled with ancient technology and strange inscriptions, and she agrees to take me there. In return, she asks one favor, that when I leave Bara Magna, I take her with me. Seeing no other choice, I agree. The next morning, we depart from the village of Volcanus. We had been riding for some time when we reached a canyon. The car grew tense as soon as we entered.
I don't like this. It's a perfect spot for an ambush.
Please, even bone hunters wouldn't be stupid enough to take on all three of us.
Oh no? Better tell them that, then.
I look behind. We are being pursued. Why and by whom, I don't know. But I doubt they are here to invite us to dinner, unless we are slated to be the meal.
My village. There are other Glatorian there. Hang on, we're making a run for it.
I have yet to see Kina fight, but I quickly learned she can drive. Little by little, we gained ground on the bone hunters. Our pursuers aren't happy about it.
Keep your head down, Matanui, or one of those Thornax will take it off!
What do these bone hunters want?
What they always want. Whatever they can get.
You feel that? A tremor in the ground?
Guys? I think we may have a bigger problem than bone hunters. Much bigger.
Scopio!
Some believe the world of Bara Magna to be only a vast, unending desert. But they are wrong. The Black Spike Mountains loom over the northern region of the planet, and today Matanui walks among the peaks. He has come in search of the meaning behind this symbol, found both on the Skrull shields and on an ancient coin found by Berix in the Sanctuary of the Great Beings. Now it seems he's found the answer, but the solution to this puzzle is another puzzle. Mystery piled upon mystery. At times like this, he wonders if the Great Beings were truly brilliant beyond imagining, or hopelessly mad, or if there's even any difference between the two. The Bara Magna Desert.
Out of my way, fools!
Not likely, Samad. Not unless you become fireproof.
I don't know where you got those powers, Akar, but they won't help you, or the Agori.
Shut up, you loser. Here. Have a drink, on me.
Now listen carefully, slaver. You're out of business as of today. If you so much as look at one of our Agori in the wrong way, you'll regret it.
Or maybe you'd like to be the first person ever to drown in a desert, Samad.
Hopefully, we've seen the last of Samad. We've done well since the villages united.
Just had to get the message out. Anyone who messes with the Agori is in for a pounding.
I doubt that would scare the Skrull.
The Skrull? They're scattered all over the desert like sand fleas after a storm. If the bone hunters don't get them, The Vorox will. My worry is Motunui.
You still think we should have stayed with him? Well, so do I. But when Barracks got hurt...
I know. After we ran into those Skrull stragglers in the mountains and Barracks got thorn-axed, Motunui thought it was better if he went on alone.
Are you sure you didn't want to go with him just to make sure he didn't go back on his word and leave the planet without you?
Well, maybe a little. But he's a friend too, and I worry about him. He should be back by now.
Don't worry. He'll return. He has a good reason.
Maybe a better reason than we even know.
Interesting. I wonder what was so important the Great Beings needed this maze to protect it. And who are they protecting it from? A trap? Almost certainly. But our only choice is to go through it or turn back. Cold. Maybe the Great Beings meant for intruders to freeze to death. Calm down, little friend. We'll make it to the other side of the pool soon. Ice! Once this might have been a problem, but my sword can easily break me free. This is madness! The Great Beings really didn't want uninvited guests. How will I... What? I've had enough of this. I will be free! Free! Not just a mystery then, Click. A death trap. But we keep moving. Is it hours or days that I've been making my way through this maze? I can no longer tell. Dead end. I must have made a wrong turn somewhere. Uh-oh. Dead end indeed. Click. Here we go. Thornax launchers! I'm safe behind my shield, but safe won't get me where I need to go. Maybe this will. Do your worst, maze. I will make it through. My universe and my people depend on me. I've made it. The heart of the maze. Locked inside that fortress are the answers I seek. I know it. I just wish I knew how to get in there and find them. The Great Beings, it seems, never make things easy. And I haven't time to waste. For who knows what my ancient enemy, Makuta, might be planning even now.
The planet Aqua Magna. Months have gone by since the evil Makuta seized control of Motunui's massive robot body and the universe of living beings within it. Since then, he has crushed rebellions by Toa and Matoran, while learning to use his new power. Now at last, he is ready.
1,000 worlds are mine to conquer and I know just where to begin. Despite his defeat in exile, Motunui still lives. I can sense it. He refuses to be broken. But he must be, if I am to achieve my destiny. He waits on Bara Magna, but he need wait no longer. Beware, Motunui. Makuta comes for you, and he comes bringing death.
I am Motunui. My original form was built on the world of Spherus Magna more than 100,000 years ago. I was built to bring order back to my world and its people, but I lost my way. With the help of new and old friends, I have one final chance to fulfill my duty and my destiny. Long ago, the world of Spherus Magna was prosperous and serene, but the discovery of a powerful energy source at the core of the planet turned its people against one another. Warriors fought for different sides until the stresses of battle nearly tore the planet apart. Wise but fallible great beings constructed a giant robot, but the power source was unstable, and an explosion scattered parts of the metal giant across the face of the planet. Learning from their mistakes, the great beings desperately constructed a new, larger robot. This machine was infused with an intelligence and mission to learn about the universe, and thus I awoke as the intellect of a giant robot. Smaller beings were placed inside me to maintain the inner workings. My earliest memories are of being activated on Spherus Magna. Safety measures in the form of 6 Toa warriors were put into place, just in case of unforeseen disaster. Little did anyone realize how vital these 6 beings would be in saving countless lives. My construction was completed just in time. As I left my home planet, energized protodermis leaked from the world's core and triggered a massive explosion that flung 2 huge chunks into orbit. These became the jungle moon of Bota Magna and the ocean world of Aqua Magna. The desert world that remained was renamed Bara Magna by the survivors. I spent most of my existence exploring other worlds, watching cultures evolve, measuring and analyzing the dance of stars and planets. After a time, I took the beings inside my mental body for granted, ignoring them and their constant squabbles to focus on the outside universe. This neglect would cost me, and my small workers, endless misery and pain. Inside my body, workers maintained machinery and repaired the damage and fatigue caused over tens of thousands of years. Most, like the Toa and Matoran, were content with their roles, but the Makuta dreamed of glory and power. My inattention gave them numerous opportunities to scheme and plot. Finally, my journey drew to its close. As I traveled back to the planet of my construction to fulfill my final destiny, one ambitious Makuta attacked. Pterodax crashed my systems and sent my robotic body plummeting into the ocean moon of Aqua Magna. There, I slept for 1,000 years. Automatic systems camouflaged my face, one of the only parts of my body above the waterline. A fake volcano was created along with lush jungles, icy mountains, deep lakes, deserts, and caverns. Toa brought Matoran workers to this island paradise and then transformed into Turaga leaders to guide the Matoran. Memories of being inside a robotic universe were erased from all but the Turaga. Makuta Pterodax had yet more plans. Not content with putting me to sleep, he schemed to eliminate his fellow Makuta and take over my massive robotic body. The sacrifice of brave Toa Matoro brought my body to life, but Pterodax stole my robot form before my consciousness awoke. I was flung out of my own body, imprisoned in the mask of life. I found myself on the largest chunk of Spherus Magna, which the survivors called Bara Magna. Using the mask of life, I created a new, smaller body for myself and learned more about duty and friendship than I had in all the thousands of years of being a robot. Along the way, I discovered clues of how I might free my people who remained enslaved by Makuta inside my old body. Dimly, I can sense my old body standing on the water moon. Although I no longer control it, I know that battles rage throughout the robot that Makuta Pterodax now controls. The Toa and Matoran I ignored for so long fight in vain to free themselves from an evil I allowed to flourish. I must help them. But how? Spherus Magna's past could be my future. Only 2 things stand in the way of freeing my people: finding a way of fixing and powering the old robot, and getting permission to use it. I have a feeling neither will be an easy task. Following an Agori villager into the far north, I find him, as well as the object of my search, a massively energetic object that could power up the Bara Magna robot. It's ancient and unstable, but it's also my only chance to redeem my people's suffering.
A short time ago, Bara Magna was at peace for the first time in a long while. They should have known it couldn't last. As Gresh comes to a painful stop in the sand, he thinks back to how things went so bad so fast. It began when Matanui returned from a journey to the Black Spike Mountains, battered and weary, and carrying a small metal box. He said the box contained the energy needed to power the giant robot unknowingly created by the Agori, a robot now serving as their main source of shelter. Matanui insisted he needed the robot to save Bara Magna from a terrible fate. After much argument, Vrahno agreed. After saying his goodbyes to his friends, Matanui removed his mask, allowing the body it created for him to crumble. His mind and spirit traveled into the robot body. And for the first time in over 150,000 years, this robot walked Bara Magna under the control of Matanui. Gresh, along with the other Glatorian and Agori, watched in disbelief. Matanui lifted his hands to the sky, sending waves of power out into space. They couldn't know Matanui was reaching out to the 2 moons of Bara Magna, throwing them back to where they once had been, so that once more the shattered planet could be whole. Nor could they know that something else had been drawn to Bara Magna in search of Matanui, his ancient enemy, Makuta, in a bigger, stronger robot body. But they couldn't miss what happened next, as 2 armored giants faced each other over the sands of Bara Magna.
Silence, brother. No threats, no vows of revenge. You disappoint me.
I don't need to do any of those things, Makuta. I don't need to prove my power in useless combat with you either. We don't need to fight.
No, of course we don't. You can just lie down and die right now.
I know the truth now. The great beings intended for us to work together to save this planet. Bara Magna was once part of a larger world, Spherus Magna, that shattered into 3 pieces. We are meant to heal it.
I have a better idea. Join me. Together, we have the power to decimate universes. We could rule all of reality.
I have a destiny to fulfill, a reason for existing. You have nothing, Makuta. You are nothing.
Indeed. Let me show you what I think of your destiny.
Down below.
That metal monster is gonna kill Matanui. We have to help him.
I'm not sure what we can do against something that size. Maybe set up some kind of distraction, buy Matanui a moment.
Think bigger. If I'm right, we can bring down Makuta. I've got a plan.
Gresh is a plan. I'm not sure whether to be intrigued or scared.
All things considered, I'd go with scared.
The Glatorian and Agori charged the invader, trying to attract Makuta's attention. Meanwhile, Gresh darts away to carry out his part of the plan. Neither the Glatorian nor the Agori are aware of hate-filled eyes watching them from above.
The Glatorian are attacking the giants. They are doomed.
No! Revenge belongs to the Skrull. They must fall before us, and no one else.
Then we attack. Now! Concentrate your fire! Target one spot on the Makuta robot and punch a hole in it!
No good. Whatever that thing's made out of, we can't put a dent in it.
Since you won't listen to reason, I'll speak to you in the language you understand.
Inside the Matanui robot.
That should slow Makuta, and not a moment too soon. This robot does not have the power of his. It's already breaking down. If I don't finish him and find a way to complete my mission soon, this body will crumble, and Bara Magna will be helpless before Makuta.
Who knew you had such a temper? But you seem to have forgotten an entire universe of beings devoted to you. Temple heroes, the torn villagers, and more live inside of me. Damage me, and you may kill them. I see your little friends below are trying to attract my attention. Perhaps this will show them they have succeeded.
Wow. If that was a miss, I don't want to know what a hit would do. But it blew me closer to what I was looking for. A way to get inside the Makuta robot. And that looks to me like a hatch. Now I just have to figure out how to open this. Once inside, I'll smash everything I see and hope it brings this Colossus down. What the? Not sure what might be coming out of there, but I doubt it's here on a friendly visit. Here we go. No wonder my plans scare Kina.
And then, a new nightmare comes to Bara Magna. The Sons of Makuta, the vicious, lethal Rakshi.
What are those things? They're headed for the other Glatorian. I need to. Wait, someone else is coming. This time I attack first and worry about identities later. Back where you came from, invaders!
What in Matanui's name? Ugh. No one treats the Toe of Light that way. You just bought yourself a pounding, stranger.
You see, Matsunui? Your pathetic forces will be no match for my Rakshi and my other allies. You will see your friends die before you join them in defeat. I have outwitted you, outfought you. Today my march to conquest begins. Your body. By right of power, I claim this world. Bara Magna is mine.
A moment ago, Dahu Nuva emerged from the interior of the giant Makuta robot into the sun-scorched desert of Bara Magna. Now he finds himself standing on a lava plain, on an island he knows no longer exists, confronted by the Mask of Life.
What is this? An illusion? Some trick of Makuta's? Well, I'm going to—
You are a Toa Nuva, but to do what you must be what you were.
What? What have you done? I'm about to fight the battle of my life, and you reduce my power? Turn me back into the Toa I used to be?
A message has been sent. A message has been received. Now it is time you learned of the power of the golden armor.
Golden armor? What golden armor?
Tahu, what happened to you? You've changed.
Never mind that. The Mask of Life is creating that golden armor. It says I can use it to stop Makuta's evil. All I have to do is put it on.
Might want to do it fast then. Look out! That armor's really important, huh?
Yes.
Must be why Makuta just blasted it all over the desert.
And why we better find all the pieces. Fast!
A short time ago, the Glatorian named Gresh tried to attack Takanuva and Tahu. Quickly realizing they were friends, not new foes, he went to join the battle. Now a piece of glittering golden armor lands at his feet.
What's this? Well, I guess I'll answer that question after I've finished fighting for my life.
I see your Toa have arrived. Gali and Bahato have already devastated half a legion of Skakti. I really must do something about those two.
The people of Bara Magna will never surrender to you, any more than the Toa or Matoran ever did.
Then if they will not be conquered, they will be destroyed. A single blast of gravity power will make this planet fold in on ourselves, destroying everything and everyone on it, except perhaps you and me.
You can't do that! The consequences!
I stopped caring about consequences long ago. And now, say goodbye to your sand pile.
These two will use their heat vision to flash fry me. Unless I can pull off something I've never tried before. A hologram. A fake Takanuva made of light. If I'm very lucky, I might fool them. Yes! Let's hope the others are doing as well. But I sure wish I knew what this armor was supposed to do.
Go ahead, Toa. Use your flame power. Use your mask. We all know Toa can't win battles with strength and skill alone.
This is the part where I take that as a challenge and try to beat you one-on-one, right? Sorry, that worked on the old Tahu.
What?
Meet the new and improved version. This isn't a game. There are no rules, and I'll do whatever I have to in order to win.
So you learned something from my kind after all. Maybe we won in the end, then. We made you just like us.
Not like you. Never like you. I fight to save lives, and you fight to take them.
Talk, talk, talk. That's all you Toa are good for.
You still don't get it.
What are you doing? My armor! Melting!
Be glad you're wrong. Be glad I'm not like you. You'll live, but you won't forget.
Only a microsecond has passed since we left Makuta and Mata Nui, but it's perhaps the most crucial moment in the history of Bionicle.
No! No more destruction!
Unseen by either Makuta or Mata Nui, the power of Makuta's gravitic blast strikes the moons of Bara Magna, drawing them once more toward their former home.
You fool! Your robotic body is already running out of power. You brought this planet a few more seconds of existence, and the price is your own life.
That's a price I'm willing to pay, Makuta. Can you say the same?
For a moment, Mata Nui almost gives in to despair. Then he looks beyond Makuta, out into space, and sees what is even now rushing toward Bara Magna. No one would have blamed Mata Nui if he had given up then and there, but for the fury that surprised Makuta, he drove his larger opponent back toward the northern reaches of Bara Magna.
Not as satisfying as bashing you with my shield, but I'll take it.
And we'll take those.
Hurry. Even with Gresh and his allies helping, this battle is going against us. There's a horde of Rakshi heading this way, and if they get here, we're not going to be able to stop them all.
That's what I'm here for. And this armor. You two better stand back. I don't know what's going to happen next.
Whatever Tahu was expecting, it wasn't this. Raw power surges through him, then lances out in every direction. The energy balls strike every Rakshi on the battlefield with devastating force. And one by one, the Rakshi fall, the Krata inside of them now ashes. The death of thousands of his servants is felt by Makuta in that moment, and it staggers even him. So much so that he never notices the shadow passing over him, or wonders what might be casting that shadow. But Mata Nui sees and knows, and more, is certain of what he must do. With a last, desperate effort, Mata Nui shoves Makuta back, and into the path of one of the onrushing moons of Bara Magna. The incredible impact rocks Makuta, and the Master of Shadows, the ruler of a universe, the thief and murderer and traitor, falls at last. He will not rise again. The Battle of Bara Magna ends then. The Rakshi are destroyed, their allies routed, and their leader dead. Crushed in the end by destiny. Now the natives of Bara Magna and those who lived inside the Makuta robot come together to wonder at what has just happened and ponder the future. A new and better future, as the three parts of the long-destroyed world of Spherus Magna are rejoined. The three are now one once more. And Mata Nui? He thinks about all the good Makuta might have done if his greed and ambition had not controlled him. Perhaps, in his heart, he mourns one who could have been his brother. But Makuta is the past now. It is time to think of the future. Summoning his last reserves of energy and the power of the Mask of Life, Mata Nui fulfills his destiny. Bathed in the power of life, the desert of Bara Magna blooms. It is Mata Nui's gift. A new world where Toa, Glatorian, Agori, Matoran, and all the rest can live and thrive. But is it his final gift? The strain causes his unstable robot form to crumble and collapse. Hearts heavy, the tall Anglotorian rushed the site. Only the Mask of Life remains intact. But the day has not seen its last miracle.
My friends, the debt owed to you has been repaid. Your world has been restored. Live on it in peace.
That's Matanui's voice. We thought you were dead.
My mind and spirit inhabited this mask for so long that when my body perished, I was drawn back to it.
The mask can do amazing things. It could make you another body. We could use your wisdom and guidance, Matanui.
I think it is not the time for me to walk among you. You have a new life to build, and you must do so without my shadow hanging over you all. Perhaps the day will come when I will return, but the future belongs to you. Never forget that. The time has come. All journeys must end, but this one heralds a new beginning as well. All that has gone before has only served to give birth to this new day. Be well, be strong, and care for this world and each other. Farewell.
Matanui, is he gone?
No, not gone. Not really. But he's right. The best way to honor him for the gifts he has given us is to make this world what he wanted it to be. A place of peace. A living world where Matoran and Augury can achieve their destinies. Come, my friends, new and old. It is time to begin.